My name is Laura Courier. This is for course SPCE 10, section 822, and this is summer semester of 2024. Today we'll be doing the multiple stimuli without replacement preference assessment. Preference assessments are important to help determine the hierarchy of a child's preferred items or activities from low preference to high preference. And now, the steps for performing this assessment. Step 1 is to sit across from the client at a table or on the floor. Step 2 is to place the items in a straight line within the client's reach and have them in order either from numbers or letters. For today's, I will be using numbers. If the client is not able to wait for you to finish your task of setting up your items, block their view of items with a clipboard or a book. Step 3 is if you have to use a clipboard or book, lift it and give the directions to pick one or which one do you want. Step 4 is if the client reaches for more than one item at a time, block access to both the items and ask them again to pick one. And you can tell them, pick one for now, we can pick one again after this. Step 5 is to allow the client to eat the edible item or to play with the toy and block access to the remaining items during this time. Step 6 is while the client is consuming the edible item or playing with the toy, move the leftmost item to the most right position. This allows you to see if the client is only choosing from one side. If you are using toys, remove the chosen toy after 15 to 30 seconds and put it out of sight. If you're using edibles, you are to wait until they are finished eating it and do not replace it. For every trial you perform, you will have one less item when it is complete. Step 8 is to repeat steps 4 through 7 until there are no more items left or until the client refuses to make any more choices. All right, pick one. Pick one. Pick one. One. Pick one. Pick one. Pick one. our data sheet. You will put your client's name at the top. My client for this was Belle. Then your name. My name was Alaura. Whether it was food or a leisure activity like a toy, and the date. And there is an area to list the amount of items, which I put all of mine, and we filled out the first one on the sheet. It is out of 5, and then there is a summary for the results. For each one, you would complete the same steps as I just did. You would put them in a line, you can mix them up, and you would continue to run all of the rest. And then when it's completed at the bottom for the summary total, you would put in the name of the item again, and then the amount of times it was chosen from each of the 5. You would then add them up and you would score them lowest to highest. But in our instance, the highest number would be the item that they preferred the least, which in our case, it was the bear. So the bear would get a 7 because it was picked last. And then you would add up from each one from there and you would order it. And by the end of the assessment, you would know out of which of these 7 items that the client liked the best and which one they liked the worst. So when using that in your interventions, you would want to use the item that they preferred the most to encourage table time work or even transitions, whatever it is that the student or client may be struggling with.